You know, Mr. France or Sir France S. The second part was, what's this got to do with atheism? I believe. Secondly, what's this got to do with atheism? Oh my gosh, almost got a word for word. Because, and I stated at the beginning of the video that I made for you, the last one, so that this shouldn't even be a part two. Um, what it means to be an atheist in this day and age means to be a materialist, right? These atheist conventions and everything do not believe in you know, reincarnation. Um, you know, I mean, what would you say to somebody who said, "Oh, I'm an atheist, but I believe in reincarnation and water spirits and magic eh, and you know, heaven and hell." But there's no. I mean, by that definition, I'm an atheist, right? I mean, the first actual group of people that were accused of being atheists, not just Socrates, who actually wasn't an atheist, um, or some ancient Assyrian writer, but the first actual group of people to be called atheists. And funny enough, later emperors would accuse them of being sorcerers and witches, were the Christians. You probably already knew that. It's kind of one of those quote unquote common knowledge things, because the Christians would not burn incense to any of the gods, and they didn't revere any of the statues, show reverence to any of the statues of the gods. So they were well murdered. I mean, you had periods where the persecution wasn't so bad, and I went through that in one of my videos, a very recent video. Um, but yeah, they were the first real group to be called atheists, um, because partially because Rome didn't understand, and also because they didn't want to. They're incestuous because you know everyone calls each other brother and sister. They're all brothers and sisters. So a man who has a wife and they have three children with them will call each other brother and sister. Yeah, in Christ, not it wasn't actually their brother, or the woman's husband wasn't actually her brother in bloodline, you know, in that in biological terminology, or they eat human flesh and they drink human blood because of the Eucharist, or they drowned babies. Yeah, well, we dunk babies 3 times in water. Oh, also note, babies naturally hold their breath when they go underwater. They don't need to be taught that. Yeah, so I don't think the West actually practices that form of baptism anymore. The Eastern Orthodox definitely do, but I don't even know if the traditionalist Catholics would practice that. And of course, the Protestants think baptizing anybody under the age of like 45 is just terrible. Yet they'll make an 8-year-old have a crying confession of all his sins to Jesus in front of like 1,000 people. You want to watch something terrifying and the most offensive heretical thing? A movie called Jesus Camp. the blasphemy and heresy that's in that movie is phenomenal, and the the documentarians catch it all. Um, but yeah, materialism definitely ties in with atheism, especially modern atheism and this movement atheism. I mean, you idolize the Four Horsemen. You've got, you know, what, Dennett, Dawkins, Hitchens, and Hitchens I actually like. But yeah, they go hand in hand. Just as feminism is not about just equality between men and women, because there's plenty of feminists who want males to go extinct, or I mean, you know, and they're of all type of lunatic stripe, right? And then there's, you know, social justice warriors who want to murder all white people, and you find out many of these people are just self-hating whites. Um, but yeah, show me a prominent atheist who, you know, who's famous for being an outspoken atheist who believes in heaven and hell and water spirits and magical incantations and spells and sacred and holy places, or ghosts, or the resurrection of the dead. Um, so I think it's appropriate to, when you say atheist, that you can just assume the person is a materialist. They go hand in hand, and have been going hand in hand for the last 40 years, not longer. Last 50 years, if not longer. All right, peace to you.